Now, I had never heard of Ms. Rachel before.
I don't watch her. My kids don't watch her. I have no idea what she's about, but I am going to cancel her and destroy everything about her because I care deeply about this.
I said, have you heard of this Ms. Rachel? She goes, oh, yeah. She's really, really annoying. Possibly the most annoying YouTuber for children's content. And I said, okay, well.
Wait, what accent was that? Is your kid like a 40-year-old Jersey guy? Hey, yeah, nah, real annoying. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Miss Rachel is not someone I even knew about until this pride came around, but unfortunately, she is the target of a lot of angry people on the internet, apparently. I don't know why. I saw the video that she posted. It was very non-threatening. It was very, very lovely. It was basically, you should be proud of whoever you are, and you should be loved, and you deserve love. And that was the message. And now every single person from Matt Walsh to Michael Knowles to Ben Shapiro are doing videos. Bud Light, Hershey's, Target, Nike, Jack Daniels? Jack Daniels went gay? Hell yeah. The Los Angeles Dodgers, Adidas, Walmart, The North Face. While Pride 2023 featured a seemingly endless wave of boycott efforts from right-wing media personalities angry at corporations marketing their wares to LGBTQ customers, this year's cancellation attempt has so far been more restrained, with a number of families right-wing media faces focusing on Miss Rachel. I did see today, apparently, Little Caesars went gay. Yes, it's a dark day for the bigots. They lost Little Caesars. A major Little Caesars chain displayed pride flag colors as lights on the side, and yep, they've fallen. Little Caesars has fallen. So, you know, when you're eating those delicious, Parmesan breadsticks, think of what you're putting in your mouth. That's all I can say. With 10 million subscribers on YouTube, Rachel Curso bills herself as a passionate educator who creates research-based videos, which infuse songs, games, and nursery rhymes with strategies from experts to help children reach important milestones in the crucial years of learning. She also has 5 million followers on TikTok, where she posts a 25-second clip on June 1st, wishing Happy Pride. Well, why don't we see the offending clip first so everyone can get a taste of how vile this monster truly is?
Families and friends, this month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
How could she? How dare she? How dare she? With her platform.
Queer people have magic, says Walmart, as if you needed any more proof that LGBT activism is a secular religion. You know, that's what you get there.
No, it was kind of nice having him frozen.
We're being literally told now that they have magical powers. And as I discussed on Twitter recently, some of those popular children's content creators, people whose videos are viewed by tens of millions of children, very young children all over the world, are the biggest evangelists for this. So take Rachel Curso, for example, known by her stage name, Miss Rachel. She has more than 10 million subscribers on YouTube, where she's best known for her series Songs for Littles. And these are videos that get tens of millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of views. And for the most part, the videos themselves are mostly age-appropriate stuff like nursery rhymes, even if they are incredibly annoying. But over the past year or so, Miss Rachel has started explicitly pushing LGBT indoctrination on her audience. Wasn't hard to see this coming. After all, Miss Rachel's co-host, Jules, identifies as a, quote, white, non-binary, trans-mask human, and claims that as a 2-year-old, she realized something's not right, quote unquote, with her body. And at 12, a teacher first exposed her to gender ideology. And then the rest is history for her. But early last year, things reportedly got more direct. According to the Post-Millennial, Miss Rachel...
Yeah, I mean, I used to believe there was 3 states of matter until I was exposed to matter ideology, and then I learned there was more than 3 states. Yeah, I did believe the first, but then I was indoctrinated, unfortunately, when I got past grade 3. So it happens.
Invited Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah, I can't control the sound. It's not my feed.
On her program to sing a song for children. And this is what Miss Rachel posted below one of Mulvaney's videos. It said, quote, sometime when you're in NYC, you should be on our show, Song for Littles. We love you and your singing. Now, that wasn't bad enough, and if it wasn't clear enough that this woman hates the conservative parents who account for a large portion of her audience.
Oh, no, I hear it too. It sounds like he's completely muffled. I don't know why it is. Again, I blame Media Matters.
Miss Rachel doubled down in a video celebrating Pride Month. Here it is.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support.
By the way, this is the reason why people who probably wouldn't consider, like, you know, unlikely allies, like say XQC, have come out to, like, you know, scream about the stuff in live streams where it's just like, you know, you right-wingers are taking things way too far. If you see something completely benign, like someone being like, love is love, and then you're like, blah, blah, Satan, monstrous, indoctrination, pedophile. Well, who looks like the weirdo there?
No worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
So she's very loving, she says. Miss Rachel's approach is the loving one. If you don't want your kids watching Dylan Mulvaney, and if you don't take your kids to family-friendly Pride events, then you're a hateful person. You know, the problem is with you. You're a bigot.
Not true at all. Do what you want. Queer families also want spaces to bring their kids where they're not going to be surrounded by people who are calling them monsters for existing. One of the reasons why there are family-friendly Pride events, because maybe they've tried going to other events and people like Matt Walsh are there and they're being all fucking weirdo about it. So it might be nice to go somewhere where they're not like, you're sinful for existing. You're a monster for existing.
Speaking of coming for your kids and backlash.
Like, I know these are all part of the same network, but they must have had some kind of, like, you know, sit down and like, hey, we're all going to be going after Miss Rachel today.
Ms. Rachel is a children's YouTuber. She's got something like 10 million subscribers. She's really, really popular, and she has embraced Pride Month. Now, I had never heard of Ms. Rachel before.
I don't watch her. My kids don't watch her. I have no idea what she's about, but I'm going to cancel her and destroy everything about her because I care deeply about this.
Yesterday, I guess it was 2 days ago, when this Pride controversy happened. And I asked Elisa, who pays more attention to children's programming, obviously, spending much more time with our kids during the day. And I said, have you heard of this Ms. Rachel? She goes, oh, yeah. She's really, really annoying, possibly the most annoying YouTuber for children's content. And I said, okay, well.
Wait, what accent was that? Is your kid like a 40-year-old Jersey guy? Hey, yeah, nah, real annoying. Yeah, no, I don't like it.
And that was totally expected from my perspective, because just the name, Ms. Rachel, huge red flag.
His kid sounds like Adam Sandler.
Miss Rachel, no red flag. Mrs. Rachel, definitely no red flag. Ms., not good. Ms. is a contrived title that comes from the feminists. Ms. Magazine was the big feminist magazine in the 1970s. Previously, a younger unmarried woman would be called Miss, and then married woman would be called Mrs. So,
you know, the median age of this shit has got to be like 70 plus. No one under that is going to potentially be interested in your old draconian, like, and so Mrs. Was affixed to, you know, let people know that this woman could no longer be courted. Yes, and so eligible suitors would know not to woo her at that time because of, again, the S was added to the name.
She's got two words for the title of her act, and one of them is a clear expression of feminism. I knew this was going to be bad, and it was. Here is Ms. Rachel embracing the rainbow.
Happy Pride to all of our...
Keep watching the same clip where it's just like, oh yeah, it seems lovely.
Audience, Ms. Rachel's audience is little kids.
I've shared prayers on here before and said, God bless. And that's because my faith is really important to me. And it's also one reason why I love every neighbor. In Matthew 22, a religious teacher asked Jesus, what's the most important commandment? And Jesus says to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. There's no greater commandments than these. I believe it's mentioned 8 times, love your neighbor. So yes, everyone belongs, everyone's welcome, everyone is treated with empathy and respect. It doesn't say love every neighbor except. There are so many reasons I stand strong in love. That's who I am. And the love back and the God bless if you disagree is genuine.
Yeah, I stand with everyone. I love everyone. No, hold on. In your previous video, you just said if you disagree with me on indoctrinating kids into weird sex stuff, turn off my channel.
It's not at all what she said. Very weird that you went there, Michael. Again, this is why evil twinks are evil. It's just like at the end of the day, if someone's like, hey, by the way, you should be loved and accepted for who you are. And if you don't want to watch my channel anymore because that's not something you can agree with, I understand. Honestly, one of the most peaceful messages you could possibly make.
So you don't welcome everyone. You were gleeful about saying goodbye to your audience if your audience was...
Yeah, and this is like, you know, the one saving grace of all of their extreme bigotry is that, again, it just makes them look so profoundly fucking strange. You know, it's just all so weird. It's like, hey, what did she say? Well, apparently she was talking about it's okay to indoctrinate your kids and to groom them and to teach them a depraved sexual lifestyle. Okay, let me watch it. No, that's not what she said at all. But again, maybe this is a tell or something else you want to talk about. And of course, Ben should be, like all of the Daily Wire people.
The good news is that Pride Month has now infused all of our major institutions. Remember, it's Republicans who are threats to the institutions. You know, like children's TV, where it is imperative that our children's television promote homosexual activities.
Oh, we already watched this clip. Being queer and a choice, being a fascist is a bingo. A bingo. That was the weirder part of that Adam and Sitch debate I had like years ago, where they were trying to tell me, they're like, well, I mean, like, you're trying to tell us, Lance, that we shouldn't, you know, vilify people for their pronouns and stuff like that. But what about, you know, people who choose to be MAGA? What about people who wear, you know, MAGA hats? They get pretty vilified in society. What do you have to say about that? I was like, you can choose to be a Republican. That's your choice. You can take the MAGA hat off if you want.
While Pride last year featured a seemingly endless string of boycott attempts from right-wing media personalities angry at corporations, ranging from Bud Light to Hershey's to Target, marketing their products at LGBTQ customers, this year's Pride has been somewhat more quiet. But since this has become something of a tradition, it's worth noting that some familiar faces are spending Pride trying to cancel the popular children's YouTuber Miss Rachel. With 10 million subscribers on YouTube, Rachel Accurso bills herself as a passionate educator who creates research-based videos, which infuse songs, games, and nursery rhymes with strategies from experts to help children reach important milestones in the crucial early years of learning. She also has nearly 5 million followers on TikTok, where she posted this brief video clip.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are.
The Daily Wire's Matt Walsh shared the message to X, formerly Twitter, calling it a message to conservatives' parents.
The point, in other words, is to indoctrinate more kids with lies.
Walsh has since moved on to feuding over shopping carts, but other right-wing media figures have since piled on.
Perhaps you should not leave her alone with your littles because, again, perhaps you wish to teach your kids actual traditional mores.
Ms. Rachel, huge red flag. Miss Rachel, no red flag. Mrs. Rachel, definitely no red flag.
In a lengthy post claiming that Rachel wants to brainwash your kids, Daily Wire co-founder Jeremy Boring made the focus a little more transparent by promoting Bent Key, his company's offering in children's television.
I shall defeat Captain Brontor, for he is weak, and I am less weak. Punch, punch.
Accurso stood by her comments in a response to Fox News Digital, writing, I am a Christian, and in the Bible it says the greatest commandment is to love God and your neighbor. I love all of my neighbors, and that excludes no one.
Well, I guess Miss Rachel's canceled. It's unfortunate. It was only a matter of time, but yeah. I hope, honestly, nothing bad comes from that, because it seems, again, like just the most beautiful, heartfelt message possible, and then for it to go this far and have this many people get this mad is pretty ridiculous.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We first want to give a shout out to everyone who makes this show possible. This program is produced thanks to the generous support of our Patreon supporters: Anna Loves Riley, Arian McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbar Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multi Mondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Poppy, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Bomey, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demmel, Travis McClinton, and Words Greenwood. As well as every other person you see on the screen right now, this show would not be possible without them. And if you want to join these wonderful people who make this entire program possible, simply go to patreon.com/the Serfs and you can unlock uncensored and bonus episodes and, help us exist.